Okay, only 58 MMR to go until rank 14. I'm really hoping to get that today. I had a really tough fight, man. A really tough fight to get to rank. To get up where I am now, man. Like, this deck is working really well, but what isn't working well is connection issues. I lost yesterday. I didn't have a stream yesterday, but I was playing on and off anyway. Because, again, I want to get to my... It's close to, anyway. It's close to my 42 rounds per day. I want to get that done. But I don't know if it was my end or the game client's end, the server's end. I don't know what's the cause, but yesterday I lost over 300 MMR. I lost over 300 points in my ranking score. And about 200 of it was lost due to connection issues. I got disconnected 5 times in the middle of a game, and it gave me a defeat every single time. And I lost like 200 MMR on connection issues. And every single time I got that happen, every single time that happened, I had already won round 1. I had already beaten them round 1. And I was in a very firm position. Against Queensguard, I can't lose. If this deck loses to Queensguard, I either got a terrible draw or I made a very big mistake somewhere along the line that was a bad misclick somewhere. I have every counter in the world to Queensguard in this deck. So, like, there's nothing. There's nothing I have to worry about here. But I was completely dominating them. And it would disconnect me. And it was a person that was way lower ranking than me, and it dropped me 73 rank points because of the disconnection after I had already won the round. The disconnection stuff needs to be fixed. Gwent needs... I know, this is open beta, so it's a beta. I get it. I'm not going to, like, complain beyond just saying I was annoyed. I was very annoyed. I had to take a step back and say I'm not playing Gwent for the rest of the day, and that's what I did. But it was a hard-fought battle, but I fought a little bit this morning. I played a little bit this morning, and we got ourselves back. Back where I was before all that disconnection shenanigans happened. So... yeah, anyway, I made a couple of changes to the Monster Mash deck, and this is a lot stronger now. I put in an Earth Elemental to give me a little bit more carryover potential, which is pretty good. I'm actually considering getting rid of the Hound, but Frost has been pretty useful. There are situations where Frost is way better than Fog, and sometimes I'll even replace the Fog with Frost instead, and even I'll like forego the fact that I won't have my Foglets out, because especially in decks where... like Skellige decks where they can get a whole bunch of things on a row and they're all kind of offsetting sort of their strengths and stuff. Fog's only hitting them for 2 per turn. In addition to that, they usually have an Axeman that's benefiting from weather on my side. So by replacing the Fog with Frost, I hit more of their units every turn, and I take units away from my side, which sounds bad, but actually it prevents their Axeman from being stronger. So I ended up... I essentially replace my 6 strength and Foglets with 3 units with 1 5 unit. And I think that's better usually against that sometimes. I've got a couple of cards here that lock things. We got Cleaver and we got the Fiend. But I've made a couple of changes related to golds and silvers. It was a comment that was mentioned to me in one of the last streams, and I decided to take him up on that. Jotun, or I actually don't know how to say this guy's name. But this giant... I've replaced Octavist with this guy, and good decision. Octavist, a lot of times I'll put him out there and he'll get locked, or he'll get destroyed or something before he can trigger. His timer's too long to be useful. But this guy here, I can move things. Move it around, put it in weather, damage it by 2. It's great. It's a great card, and it works a lot better with what I'm doing here. In addition to that, I've also added 2 of these Griffins. These Griffins, they move a card from one graveyard to the other. This is perfect against Skellige. This card is a beast. If I'm facing Skellige, I make sure I have as many Griffins in my hand as possible. I only have 2 in the deck, but with these 2 Griffins combined with the Catachan, Queensguard's finished. You simply cannot use a Queensguard deck against me. It just doesn't work. I end up stealing your queen. My favorite game, and again, I got disconnected before I won. I would have won easily. My favorite game so far against Queensguard was the little dude with the guitar that buffs up the units in the graveyard. He buffed up 2 of his Queensguard. One was a 12, one was a 10. I play this Griffin. I steal his 12. Earlier in the round, he had played Operator to give himself a copy of a Queen's Guard, so he had 4 of them. I stole the 12 with the Griffin, and then he's like, oh no, he's going to steal him. So he plays all of his Queen's Guard in round 1 right away. Then I was able to fog it long term, and 1 dies. And as soon as 1 dies, I play the other Griffin, stole the other one, right? And he's just like, shit, I don't know what's going on. Well, the really cool part about that whole deal, eventually I would then play the Catachan and eat his other one. But the really cool part about that deal is he gave me a Queen's Guard, and I now have 2 really strong ones in my graveyard because I moved them to my graveyard. So in the last turn, I play my Queen's Guard, and all of them come out. Like, now who's the Skellige, right? It worked really well. This worked really well. But for some reason, let's say for some reason I'm playing against the Axeman, though, or any other type of thing, the Succubus has won me several games already. The Succubus is a pretty good card. So I already had this. I had it in a keg a long time ago, but I just never really bothered to use it. So Succubus has been a great card. You put it on your opponent's side after 2 turns. Really, it's after 1 turn because I put it on there. It's a 2 timer, but as soon as it becomes their turn again, right after I play her timer ticks down to 1. And I have every answer in the world to the Succubus. So, like, I put the Succubus on, let's say he's got a consume monster deck, right? And he's going to use his leader ability and, like, consume his own units and make himself really strong. Cool. Succubus on that line, Dimeridium Shackles, steal the unit. Let's say he's got Morkvarg. Another really popular thing I do with the Succubus is I steal their Morkvarg. So they'll play Morkvarg on there. And one time it was really funny because they played Morkvarg on the melee line, obviously. And then they played the Wild Boar of the Sea on Morkvarg to buff him up, make him really strong, right? That's the trick. Make Morkvarg as strong as possible, strength-wise, not boost, so that every time he comes back, he's just going to keep coming back as a really strong unit. Well, played Succubus on the front line after like 5-6 turns. Morkvarg's base strength is like 13 already. So I like 14. I think it was a 14 already. I played the Succubus over there. And Wild Boar makes him a 15. Well, now the Skellige player has got to scramble. He's got to say, I don't know what he's going to do, but I got to get Morkvarg out of there. And so he takes and plays... Morkvarg was damaged. He was a 9 strength at the time, but his base strength was high, but he was damaged because of the ships that were hitting him. So his answer to this, his solution, was to play Grimmist and Blood-Curdling Roar and put a 12 strength on the melee line, right? So that my Succubus would steal the bear. Well, this is where the switch to Jotun really stepped in, because on my turn, I then just take this guy out, I move the bear to the top line, or move the bear off that line, and he can't do anything about it. Succubus steals his Morkvarg. So, like, this card has done amazing things for me so far. If nothing else, if there's no other targets, at the very least or whatever, what I can do is I can play the Frightener and then steal it back. So there's that. And then the last thing before I start playing again, there's a deck that exists right now that's really nasty. It's a Northern Realms deck. The leader is Radovid, and it utilizes the Bloody Baron at the very end. So it's basically a Northern Realms destruction deck where you put out as much damage to the enemy as you can, killing as many low strength enemies. I noticed he was attacking my low strength ones and not my high strength ones, and I didn't really understand why, because I had never seen the Bloody Baron used before. Well, yeah, Bloody Baron comes out, and he's like 23, 24 strength gold at the time, in the final round. And that, combined with the Axeman being a thing, and combined with a whole bunch of things being a threat in the game right now, the current meta, I've decided to pack a Dimeridium Bomb. This card has saved me so many games so far. Like, it's so useful. It's better than the Scorch. There's more control over it, and in addition to that, in rounds where I have my Catachan out and it's really high strength, a Scorch would normally hit my own units, or it would hit the Frightener or whatever, I can target the Axeman with this. I can target the Axeman and reset him. I can target a gold unit, like his leader card, for example, where he brings out his leader and he consumes a whole bunch of monsters. When he brings out the Bloody Baron, I can target them with this. And sometimes, I've only been able to beat the Spell Scoia'tael deck you know, Scoia'tael, they play just nonstop spells, and then they come out with a Dolphin on a Protector at the end, or several of them. They're really high strength. I've been able to place, I usually will try to place Fog in the last round against those guys. I'll save a couple of my Fog abilities, and I'll play Fog on like 2 rows, and hoping, anyway, and trying to encourage, anyway, that they'll play their Dolpathana Protectors on the same row. And if they do that, then I can always use the Dimeridium Bomb to reset them. Or what they'll likely do is they'll just ignore that because they don't want that. They know that that's a risk, so they'll put one of them down in the Fog, and they'll put another one out of the Fog. And what I'll do is I'll play the Succubus after the first one gets laid down. I'll play the Succubus to try and steal their Dolpathana Protector. And then when they lay the second one down, I'll Dimeridium Bomb that one. So I end up stealing one of their strong ones and basically resetting the second one they put down. That usually wins me the game too. So there's a lot of diversity here. There's a lot of things I can do with this deck, and it's been working pretty well so far. So I'm pretty excited to continue to play it. We are currently at the start of this stream 24-42. I have 20 more losses than I have wins. I'm hoping to change that. So let's play. Not as high of MMR as I'd like, but like I said, I lost 300 yesterday because of disconnects. Well, I lost 200 because of disconnects. The other 100 was me adapting to the fact that I didn't know the Radivids and stuff were going to exist. Oh, my windows are all messed up. I have to reposition my Gwent tracker windows. I'll have to do that after the game. Let's get this one out. I am playing against Monster, right? Yeah, it's Weather Monsters. Well, the Griffin's not going to be that... I can always steal one of his Foglets. Try to, anyway. Earth Elemental. As much as I'd like a different card, I think I'm going to keep the Selena Harpy. Let's move this over here. Try to move this over here. Move the Banished over here. Okay. All right, my turn first. Let's start with the Harpies. Pretty standard opening. See if I can get him to Fog another row. No. Okay, I'm going to play Fog on... I think the front row, just so my Foglets don't get damaged. Yeah. I have to get the Foglets out of my deck round 1. You have to get them out so you don't draw them. Now what I should have played the Earth Elemental instead, actually. Because then these would pop. And if the Harpy pops next to the Earth Elemental, it will trigger his Death Wish. I should have played this first. If he frosts the back row now, okay, he's not going to. Yeah, that right there would have triggered my Earth Elemental's Death Wish. Not sure what my next move is here. Ideally, I'd like to steal his... I'd like to steal one of his Foglets. So next turn, if he doesn't clear it, I can steal one of his Foglets. Then I can have 4 for the rest of the game. Not that that'll really do much for me. Uh-oh. Well, there's not going to be any Death Wish triggering here. I don't have any way of clearing the weather. And all my units, aside from the Griffin, go on the melee line. I feel like every card I have is more valuable not played in this round. It's a 4 Harpy. I think I'm going to lock one of those eggs. Just to stall a little bit so I can steal his Foglet. If he lets me do it. As long as my Foglets are still alive, which they actually won't be. So the problem with this game right now is that you can't tell what units you're going to eat. Like, you can't tell what units you're going to consume or what units you're going to steal from the graveyards. So, like, I could play this Griffin and it'll say move one card from one graveyard to the other, and I won't know the difference between my Foglets and his Foglets. So I might move one of mine to his. Because I can't tell which card's in what graveyard. Alright, we're getting rid of these guys. That's good. Getting rid of that. So, I think I'm going to pass here. I don't think this is winnable at the moment. Unless I play the Karen now, and I'd really like to save that for the final round. I could stall by giving him less carryover. Because if I pass right now, these 2 eggs die, but this one lives. It's only a 3 strength carryover, and I think my Fiend is worth more than that 3 strength. I hate that I can't tell what graveyard I'm looking at. Like, that's the really big problem that needs to be fixed with Gwent right now, is being able to distinguish what cards are in your graveyard versus what cards are in your opponent's graveyard when you're playing a card that has the ability to do something with a graveyard. Like the Catachan, the Griffins. It's kind of a big problem. I didn't draw any of my golds this turn, like this game. No Villain Trenton Mirth, no Succubus, no Woodland Spirit, just the Caverin, which is my 3rd round finisher, but it might end up being this round, because if he forces me to do it this round. He's looking at my graveyard right now, which probably trying to figure out what he wants to eat. Do I take the chance? I think I'm going to chance it. See, I'll show you what you mean. You can't tell. Like, I can't tell if these Foglets are mine or, like, are these Foglets mine? Like, I can't tell, you know, which Foglets are mine. So I'll just choose... Like, this is an Earth Elemental. I haven't seen him play that yet, so I'm going to go and say that these are probably mine. But, like, this is a Frost. I haven't played a Frost yet. So, like, how do I tell what Foglet's which? I don't know. You can't tell. So I'll just pick this one, I guess. Good, I chose right. Like, that's the problem with the game. You have to... You can't tell which one you're doing, so... So now I have 4 Foglets, and he has 2. So if he's going to play his leader ability for Foglets, he won't get the extra 2 strength now. Now I just need to come up with a Woodland Spirit so I can have an extra 2 strength. It's not much, but... So he's only going to get 2 Foglets now. Which is... It's a little bit. It's like, it's very small, but it's something, you know? Might as well get the Frost out of my deck. I didn't draw any of my Archgriffins. I didn't really get very good draws this game. The only thing I have on him right now is card advantage, which it's not really worth a whole lot unless he goes like to the point where we're left with like 2 cards only, and then maybe it'll be enough. Okay, he's going to go for the win now. He's going to go for the win this turn because that's supposed to be a 3rd round finisher. So I'm going to need to do something about this. Not sure what. I think I need Weather on the back row. I just don't have the cards for it. There's a 7 in the graveyard. I guess I can try the Catachan and stall some time. He's just going to get hit, though. I can get his strength later. I don't have to put him out right now. I might have to play... I think I'm going to have to play the Karen this turn. I think I have to play it this turn. I don't think there's going to be a way for me to win without doing it. It's going to put me a card down, too. I'm not even entirely sure the Karen's enough. Now I think the Karen is the only thing that's enough. I think the Karen is the only way I win. 18 plus 8, 26. That's overkill. Can I go with the Catacan? No, I can't, because it'll come back to me. Yeah, it's the only way I can win. That sucks. It's the only way I can stay alive. So now I'm 2 cards down. If I don't draw Villain Trentonmirth here, I don't think I win. It's going to be like pretty much the only thing I have. I think I have to get rid of the D-Shackles here. No, I drew a Griffin. Well, we might be able to steal a Foglet from him. Get an extra 2. Again, I can't tell what Foglets are mine and which ones are his, so I'm going to go for the one that's as close to these other units as possible. So the ones... Jesus, they're not even in the same order. Like, which ones are mine? Let's go for this, I guess. Nope, I gave him one back. It's stupid. It's just such a stupid system. It's a gamble, man. It's a gamble. It doesn't work. Against monsters, it doesn't work. It's really useful against something like Queensguard. Then it's really useful, but he's just gonna get the Foglets back now.
My friend.
Yeah, you're welcome. Get out of here. Mine won't die very quickly, at least. They'll still die, but they won't die as quickly. I don't think I can win this. He's too many cards up. My Catacan's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. Yeah, I'm only 10 up. It's not going to be enough.
Naivety is a fool's blessing.
Not going to be enough. They need to fix the graveyard. That should be one of the bigger priorities for him. It really should be. You have to know what graveyard you're looking at. You have to be able to tell. I might have had a shot if I had stolen the right... If I had stolen the right one, I might have had a shot. Against Aridin. That's a good draw. He's just gonna Frost the Harpy. But it's temporary strength. I got the 2 Archgriffins to help with the weather. I don't have a Water Hag in the deck anymore because I swapped her out for something else. I swapped her out for the D-Bomb. Which, you know, against monsters, it's probably not the best thing, but let's play this first. Then we'll play the Harpies, and we'll hope that one of them spawn next to him. Because he's gonna hit me with weather again. Navigator into Hound. Yep. Got him. Cool. Cool. So that Death Wish thing is pretty cool. Because now I get 4 of these guys. So that's 2 Frosts. He should only have 1 left. And a Rain. He'll go for the Lacerate instead. Respect. Let's get some Foglets down. Get the Foglets out of my deck. And then we'll Frost his back row. No, I think we'll Frost his front row. Okay, we got all of his Griffins out of him. That's good. What's in his graveyard? Nothing of substance. Do I use Woodland Spirit now? He doesn't have a third Griffin. No way. I don't think he has a third Griffin. He might, but I don't think he does.
There is no escape.
This is getting to be a little bit annoying. I'm gonna whip out the Karen now. He really wants to win the first round. What did he drop in? The Frightener. Okay. Let's eat that. Only up by 9 from the Karen. I wish I had my D-Bomb right now. I don't, though. Down by 15. Next round, he only loses 2. So basically down by 13. Is it worth it? I don't think so. He could, if I don't win the first round, he could totally make me play Villain Trenton Mirth in the next round, though. There's nothing to steal. Like, there's zero reason for me to play a card. These cards are not good right now. Like, using them right now is not going to work. Gonna whip out his Karen to win the first round. Now I have a Frightener. Oh, now the Shackles. Now the D-Shackles. Thank you for the D-Shackles now. I'm gonna probably get rid of them because they're not a unit. Good, it gave me my own Karen. Maybe I'll use my Karen to win this round. That's not a bad idea. Kind of support that idea. Unless he passes. He is a card down. It wouldn't be completely out of the question for him to just open pass here. No, he wants to play. Down by 8. So if I play this, it'll tie and he'll probably pass then. Maybe I use the Karen to win this round. I can't play the Frightener on my own side, and I would like to use the Karen to eat it. I just know what he's going to do. Like, I know what he's going to do. If I play this, he's just going to pass. He's going to force another card out of me. Then I'm going to have to use my Succubus to win the round. I just know it. Bye, Griffin. But it gives me the Karen, Anvil, and Trenton Mirth for the final round. I would like to keep the Succubus, though. I would have really liked to have kept her and used her, but it's not going to happen, so.
Game.
So Villain Trent and Mirth needs to be played first. Okay, we'll have Fog. At least that's something. It's going to be close. I don't have confidence. It's going to be close. V needs to be played first. Because I don't have enough cards to offset it if I don't. Okay, let's hit that with Fog. We'll do some damage while we can. He just gave himself an extra card. That's pretty slick. Okay. Let's see what we get out of that. Okay, so the Toad and the Ekimara are going to get eaten. Are going to get destroyed. And he's going to be left with a huge deficit. I think it's too big. I don't think he can come back from it. He's going to be down 34 points.
Naivety is a fool's blessing.
What does he got? Yeah, that's not enough. GG. Naivety is a fool's blessing, yeah. That's a tough game. That was a tough match. I had fun. I had fun. If I get the rank up, I'm going to try and play some Northern Realms, because it's pretty fun to play Northern Realms. Kind of. Depends.
Onward! Attack!
Speaking of which, Base Gen. Welcome, Base Gen. 2618. Ooh. Some opportunity. I might level up on this. If I can, you know, not do something stupid. Got the D-Bomb. Against Northern Realms, I want to keep the D-Bomb. I think I want to keep the Griffin, too, in case I can steal his Witchers. So, I think I can get rid of the Frost. Get rid of the Foglet. Succubus is good. I don't see him playing Weather, honestly. I might be wrong, but I don't see him playing Weather. I don't know what row he's going to play his units on, though. That's the problem. So let's just open up with some Fog. Probably on a Siege row. He'll open with full test, because they always do.
Close ranks! Uh-oh. Trouble approaches.
Alright, so I need to do something about that guy. If I lock him, he's just going to bring out another one. But it will delay things a little bit. And so at least there's that.
You one of us or not?
Here comes another one.
Salutations.
And incoming armor. Here we go. The fun begins now with Northern Realms. I should have put these guys on this side of the Earth Elemental. That was a mistake. You always want the Earth Elemental as far to the right as possible.
Bloody non-humans.
Okay, I have the ability to put fog on the row, but it's not going to be enough. But I'm going to do it anyway. I should have chose torrential rain, actually. That was a mistake. I should have chose the rain. And it won't let me go back and choose something different. That's a mistake. Because now the fog's just going to hit the armor. It could have killed both of these units and threatened this one. But now it's just, like, it doesn't matter. He's just going to keep putting armor and bigger things. That was a mistake. That was definitely a misclick. Or a mistake. I gotta save my Griffins to steal his Witchers, but I'm kind of running out of time. So I might play the Frightener in the fog next turn. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Frightener to get a card. To get a card on him. In the back row. And let's move him up. Okay, cool. 12 points down.
I told you so, you idiot.
Regroup.
I really need rain. I really need rain. I just don't see how I can win this round. Maybe he is not playing the Witchers. I'd like him to show them. I'd like him to show the Witchers now so I can steal him for the second round. But it doesn't look like he's going to do it. It's too early for the Succubus. I should have placed Rain. Why didn't I play Rain? Rain would have been so much better. I think the fact that I played Fog there instead of Rain kind of cost me the round. Can I get one more card out of him? So it's a 6, 5, and 6. So 2, 3, 3. It's 3, 6. It puts me to 18. 9 gets me 18 minus 6. I can't do anything against this. I can't do anything against this. He didn't play his Witchers, so he must not be running them. Which is the whole reason I kept these cards, is because I thought he'd play his Witchers. Damn. I don't know. I can't do anything against him. He's... Northern Realms is strong, man. Northern Realms is strong now. The armor thing is... The fact that there are more units that have the crewman ability now, it's just... It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to catch up. He's not playing his Witchers, so I'm going to drop one of these guys. Might be able to steal something with Succubus this round, but it wasn't gonna matter. Really? Another one? Let's make sure he can't res one.
Come to Papa.
Temerian, that's what matters.
Nice mess you've got here.
Might get 2-0'd here. I'm gonna try and steal his roach. I don't think I'm gonna get a better chance for Succubus. Oh, no, I'm not. Speaking of not getting a better chance for Succubus, I guess I'll just use Jotun here to take these guys down. We'll use that as the win condition. 2 cards apiece. I don't know what he's gonna play that the Succubus would be good for, but I can play the Succubus on my own side, so that's the thing. Okay, well, I think I might use the Succubus as my own card this time on my own side. What can I get? Which Archgriffin? Oh god. Okay. I mean, I guess so.
With pleasure.
Dandelion? This late in the game? What are you up to? What are you up to? That's a really late Dandelion. I'm gonna use the Succubus, I guess. I don't have anything for the Karen to eat, so it's just gonna stay as an 8. But at least it's gold, so it can't be destroyed. Okay. Well, so far, I'm gonna win on gold so far anyway, I think. 10 plus 8 is 18. 8 plus 5 is not 18. Okay, he plays his final card.
All right.
Here comes the Witchers, and we offset them. That's actually a pretty good deal. He wins. Good for him. Wins by 4. Good job. I needed something for the Karen to eat. If I had mulligan the Succubus instead of the Griffin, and got the same card as a result, I would have won the game. We're starting the stream off nicely, aren't we? Nothing like going 0 for 2. Go 7 and 2 when you're off stream. Go 0 and 2 when you're on stream. It's perfect.
For Skellige's glory!
Okay, Skellige is a little bit of a challenge usually, but I have a lot of counters to Skellige, so it's... He's not playing Queensguard. I definitely have counters for Queensguard, but... Frightener, Jotun... He might play Weather, but I just don't know if he will. I'm gonna go with no. Wow, only way I can play fog is with my leader ability. I freaking hate bears. I hate bears so much. It's just gonna bring out a second one. Or that. Get these out now while the bear is chained. We'll steal the bear after it's buffed up. Or we'll steal Morkvarg. We won't be able to steal Morkvarg unless we lock him. I don't have a way of doing that. So I'm going to have the boat buff the Frightener instead. Bet you didn't see that one coming. It's not that good of a move, but it's something. Okay, now I need to switch the fog to be frost, but I don't have another way to play fog, which means I'm really going to lose like all this strength here.
Billion barrels of burning pitch.
Oh, wouldn't I absolutely love to have my succubus right now. Jesus. The hard counter to Morkvarg is not in my hand. Get Morkvarg out of the way. Okay, next turn he only loses one. Which means he'll have 18. Can I get my Catachan to be big enough? No, I don't have anything in the graveyard. That's that big. So once again, I need to use my Karen in order to win the round. And then he's going to have a lot of... I have to win this round. That Morkvarg is going to have a huge amount of carryover strength. I have to win it. The carryover strength is too much for me to deal with. Because there's just nothing... There's no way I can come back from it if I have to deal with, what is it, 15 strength Morkvarg? 14? 13 strength Morkvarg. It's just not possible. I really need the succubus right now. I'm gonna leave Cleaver in case I don't get the succubus. I can still lock him. I need the Griffin in order to steal him if I lock him. I need all these cards, though. Earth Elemental. Earth Elemental would be nice if I had my Harpies.
Billion barrels of burning pitch.
I still can't steal that stupid thing. I can steal the bear so we can't res it. That's probably a good idea. Because I don't want him to revive the bear. God, what I wouldn't give for this. If I had the succubus, this game would be freaking over.
At last.
Oh, did you just draw it for me? Come on, Avalok. Damn it. I got excited. Thought Avalok would draw me it. Well, let's lock him. Once again, I put the Fiend on the wrong side, but I don't have the Harpies out, so it doesn't matter. God, how sweet would it have been if Avalok would have just drew me the Succubus? That would have been amazing. It would have been so good. Like, he doesn't have any units at all. He doesn't have any units that can... Alright, I'm gonna wait. I'll wait to lock him because I want him to use up his other resources. His other locking resources.
Not you again.
Enough gob flopping.
I think I need to save these 3 cards.
Our shields are our ramparts! Now! All together!
Well, he just used his Shield Maidens, so I don't have to worry about those. We're down by 14. He'll lose 6 next round on this. Not this round, but next round he'll lose 6. This round he only loses 2. Next round he loses 6, unless he clears it. Alright, he'll lose 2. Well, I got the bear out of him, I got his Shield Maidens out of him, but... He didn't... I need to get rid of the D-Bomb, because... That's the one I have to mulligan, is the D-Bomb. Damn. It wasn't meant to be. I could have taken Morkvarg if I had the Succubus in my hand. That would have been easy. If I had the Succubus in my hand, I would have let the shit buff it up. I'd have been like, just go ahead, keep buffing it up. But I didn't get it. Nope, didn't get any of my good ones. Yep, that's the thing. Now we're not going to get nearly as much value out of our fog.
May Modron Freya watch us and keep us.
Yep, I can't. No, I can't eat him. I think this game's over. What else would he rev? The bear? Probably the bear. I think he'll probably rev the bear next. Not that bear. This bear. Where's the bear? There's a 12 bear in here. I saw it. There it is, all the way at the end. I just don't see this happening.
Yalmar on crates coming for you.
Yeah. No, that's not happening. Down by... It's a tie game. 1 card left. Yeah, it's over. Okay, well this is not working. Not working. I just, like, literally before I started the stream today, I went 7-2. I shit you not. And now I'm 0-3. I'm not sure how I could have played that differently. I'm not sure how I can play that. I'm not sure how I could have played that differently. I didn't have the cards in my hand to counter it. I have it in the deck, I just didn't have it in my hand. It just keeps pairing me with people lower MMR than me, so it's just gonna be like, if you win a little. If you lose a lot. Dwarves, I have a hard time with dwarves too. This is not gonna be a good day. I have a hard time with the dwarves too. Selena Harpies, they're just gonna hit them. Griffins, I can maybe steal some of his units, but honestly, his units aren't really that high priority to steal. I think I'd rather have the weather. Like that, yeah. Like, his units aren't gonna, like, they don't stay strong. They go into the graveyard and it's like, whatever. He doesn't really revive them either with Scoia'tael, so. Dime Meridian Bomb actually would be nice for this matchup. I'm gonna lock that right away.
I'm a dwarf for business.
So he doesn't get any value out of it.
Onward, Fryhead!
Okay, I'm gonna lock that one too. You have 3 of them in your hand? Didn't think so. If you did, you would have played them already. I don't like using the Fiend for that, but I don't want him to have any value at all out of those cards. Because every turn this first round goes on, the longer the round lasts, the more value he gets out of them.
Now we must stick together.
Boost by 3, right? Yeah. Make him the same strength if he does the 2. No, he's not going to, so that's fine. Anyway, what was your rank in the end? Rank in the end of what? Rank in the end of the day, or rank in the end of what? Like right now I'm rank 13. If I can get to 2,500, I can be rank 14. The problem though is that I'm not winning right now. I went 7-2 before the. I went 7-2 this morning. I faced Skellige 5 times this morning, and 3 times was Queensguard. So like, Queensguard is an easy matchup for me for my deck.
We'll win.
Like I don't know. Like I think the deck is strong, but it is a little bit draw dependent. I think every deck is kind of draw dependent though. You can mitigate it. You can make it less and less so, but. Can't get over these allergies, man.
And he is one a good look at my axe.
Yeah, I need to damage that guy. I have absolutely no way of stopping that. I think fog here, 2 6s will get hit. Yeah. Yep. Wow, they're armored too. That's sick. I have such a hard time beating Scoia'tael. You can't see my record because it's like really small on the screen, but this deck does not do well with Scoia'tael like, at all. I have a 20% win rate against Scoia'tael with this deck. It's just I don't have any answers to it. They have a whole bunch of units. They move them around. They buff them up. They have resilience. It's just not an easy thing to do. I think my only answer here maybe is Villain Trendemirth, but like then I'd have to use all my cards to make him even useful. So that's not gonna work either. I'm not sure what the solution is to this. I can win the round if he passes now, but it's like he'd have to pass now. He's not going to. There's nothing for my Catachan to eat. Oh, there's a Fiend.
When the white frost comes, do not eat.
Oh, this. Well, at least he used it this round instead of the next round. Does he get to rally twice? He does. He gets to use Clear Skies and then rally. That's really impressive. Okay, I don't care about him now because it's not that big of a deal now. 18. Let's get some more eggs for carryover. I don't know, guys. Jesus. I don't know. I don't know. You know, the only thing I can think of right now is just making him use as many cards as possible.
I've got to get this stinking mess in order. Know if anyone's got any hooch left.
It makes this a 10, puts me at 15, doesn't win the game. There's not enough turns for you to activate, so it's useless to play another card. I don't have any answers. I should have saved the lockers. I should have saved the lockers for those two. I would have been less likely to win the round, but it might have been a different round if I had. If I had saved the lockers for the 2 resilience. I mean, I have a decent carryover. He doesn't have that much over me, but it's still, like, did not want to do that, you know? Like, I didn't want to have the round be like that. I don't think there's really anything to steal in the graveyards. Still can't draw my Succubus. Oh, look at that. It drew me a Frost. Isn't that wonderful? Drew me a damn Frost. Like, there's nothing over a 6 in here. You know? It's like not even going to give me that much. I think he's going for the win right now. He is. How do I beat that? How do I even beat this? I don't think I can beat this. I don't think I can beat this.
Scoia'tael! Attack!
12. I'd have to use both of my cards to beat it. This gives me 5, then he loses 4, and then I have to play him. I have to use both cards to beat this. Damn it. All right. Okay then. Well, on the plus side, it comes down to my card versus his card now. Oh, but he has 2 resilient units that just happen to have 6 strength already, so. Well, this isn't gonna work either. I can't do that even. Like, I need a different card than that. Like, it's only 2 strength extra, but 2 strength extra is 2 strength extra, so. If he gets anything that's, it's over. I can't win this. Scoia'tael is just my crutch. I can't beat him. Not with this deck. I just can't beat him. Like, it doesn't matter what the Scoia'tael deck is. It doesn't matter if it's like, yeah, I still would have lost. Even if I had the Succubus, I still would have lost because I would have had to put the 6 strength card on his side. I don't have an answer to Scoia'tael. It's like the one faction I can't beat right now. This is not working right now.
You've got the heart of an uncrate.
I just drew all 3 Foglets. And I still have no way to play Fog aside from my leader card. But at least I have the Succubus, so if he plays Morkvarg, and he probably will, at least I have that going for me. Let's play the Selena Harpies now, before he gets the bear out. Yeah, it's automatic every single freaking time. This at least has a shield, so it won't be damaged. Oh. Let's lock this. I freaking hate bears. I hate bears so much. Okay, Croc will come out. He's gonna start buffing Morkvarg, and I'm just gonna wait for my turn, and then go ahead and take him when the time is right. Let's put some Fog on the back row. Get my Foglets out. Yep, replay the bear. Skellige, I feel like, is so routine at this point. Like, it's predictable. It's really predictable. I need another card. Bring the bear back up here. Cool, that's a good draw. Okay, Morkvarg's base strength is 13. So what I'm gonna do is play Succubus here.
Such a shame.
We're gonna steal him. We're gonna win the round and steal him. Man, that's a lot of cards to do that, though. It's only 21. Stealing him will actually win me the game already, so I don't need to do anything else. But I can't pass, so I do have to do something else. So I guess I'll play the Griffin. But stealing him will be enough to win as is, so. Now he's my Morkvarg. Take the win and a huge carryover.
Hide your stench.
It's really stupid how the bear hits those guys as the bear is dying. It's so stupid. All right, let's steal those bears. Or let's steal at least one of them. I think I'm gonna replace the Archgriffin. No, the Archgriffin can be ate by the Karen. I think I'm gonna keep these cards. Let's steal one of the bears. So we can't res it. The 9 sounds like a good thing to steal. Is Madron Freya patient? Oh, you're gonna lock him. Okay. If I reset a card, does that get rid of the lock as well? Maybe I just go for the win this round. I have the tools, I think, to do it. Let's steal the other bear. So we can't get the other bear. See, again, which bear is the one, right? The only reason I know is because I stole the one that wasn't locked. It's the only reason I know. The graveyard thing needs fixed. Both bears are mine. Oh, Camby. How joyous. How joyous is he? Is there anything I can do about that? Like, is the D-bomb actually won't lock? It just resets it and demotes it. I'm gonna pass. Good choice. Good choice to pass. He's gonna have to use 2 cards. No, he's gonna use Ulderich. Well, that makes sense too. That's a good thing for him.
Finally.
So he'll have 5 cards. He'll go first. I wonder if he has Renew. I'll save the D-bomb in my hand in case he has Renew. I don't know. Like, is that a smart thing to do? It actually is. With Villain Trenton Marth in my hand, that is a good thing to do. Because if he has Renew, he'll bring Hjalmar back. Then I can just D-bomb him. I'm going to keep this hand. I might regret it, but I'm decently okay with our hand right now.
Have you nothing better to do?
May Madron Freya watch us and keep us.
That is your brilliant move, truly.
So far the Villain Trenemirth is going to kill... What? He'll kill the bear and the ship. Right? Only up by 12, but it'll kill 17 strength.
So what? Should I pound it into a portal?
I don't know if he's going to... bring out Hjalmar or not, but he might. I don't know. All I have is a D-bomb, so... guess I'll just do that, and nothing will happen, and 20 strength. Hjalmar and then a Thunder.
That might even be
Coral won't do anything. Perfect. She's useless. $15.
Give him no rest, no reprieve.
Nothing injured. Got him. Because I only have 1 strength units left. He could have won. He could have won if he just wouldn't have cleared the weather. If he wouldn't have cleared the weather, he could have won the game. Well, maybe. I mean, the weather would have kept hitting him, so maybe not. But Coral was useless. Ugh, sloppy playing, man. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. 2:30. I'm gonna stop in a half hour.
I shall not repeat Emir's mistakes.
I don't think I've played against Nilfgaard in a while. I'm not entirely sure what to think of that. D-Bomb, I think, is going to be a good card to keep with these guys, though. I can use the D-Bomb on his T-Bor in the final round. Maybe even steal it. Frighteners are probably a good card. I don't think he interacts with his graveyard. He interacts with mine. Swap out this for the K, and that's a good trade. 2 Harpies. Okay. Do I need the lock? Yeah, I'm going to have the lock.
You talked enough.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
I shall not repeat Emir's mistakes.
Discipline. That is what you folk lack.
A shame I have no time.
Do I care? I'm not sure I do. Not convinced that I do.
Please wait, Your Excellency. I'm falling behind.
Like, it's a pretty inconsequential Rot Tosser, to be honest.
Hail Kerzer!
Snitches get stitches.
Row stacking like a champ.
Your humble servant.
That was not in the spell books.
Gloire en Kazer!
Let us see.
He's playing an awful lot of spies.
Enough! Let us finish this.
The Nordling's hatred for us will never wane.
I see. Should I steal? Fog will do 4 damage to him next turn. I steal this. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good steal.
I shall save your death.
I think I like that. I think I like that idea of stealing that.
The Empire will be victorious.
Yeah, because he's gonna burn all of his spies, puts him way ahead. Let's reset these. Now I steal that, and I'm ahead.
My prescription.
A bit of bloodletting.
Please wait, Your Excellency. I'm falling behind.
Maybe I just go all in here. I was saving the D-Bomb for his T-Bor, but really don't want to lose the round. Is it worth committing, though? I don't know if it's worth it. I think I overcommitted. Because, like, that was a good steal for the succubus, but it didn't win me the game, you know? I mean, I should have suspected he was going to do it, but I didn't know he had Menno. Menno is... I didn't expect Menno. So, since I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose anyway, might as well get a card out of it, right? Let's move... it's going to do 8. Yeah, I'll just move this up. It's fine. Technically, I could win the round. Is it worth it, though? Is it worth winning the round? He has no carryover strength. Siri won't come back. But I'll be down 2 cards. I'll be down 3 cards. That's a lot of cards to go down. Especially when he's going to have Tibor in the end. No. I don't know. I can't justify it. I can't justify going down that many cards. I wish I could. I wish I had a better solution, but I just don't. Maybe I'll get lucky and he'll just open past me. Well, we can hope. Let's do this in case he wants to bring his Siri back. We're going to take it from him. I don't know why he would, but let's just assume that he does.
Your words mean nothing now.
If I hit that, he spawns 3, so he'll have... He loses 2, so he'll be down 4, but then he gains 6. So he'll gain 4 on that transaction, then we'll lose 2 here. He'll actually gain on that transaction, so I shouldn't do that. Not good. Not good.
Who is to die?
Yeah. Who is to die? Yeah. Gonna have to. Have to win the round. Well, I can't win this because all he has to do is whip out Tibor. So I don't have any cards that I don't have any single one card that can compete with Tibor. So I'm just gonna exit. I have no way of beating that. I think my win rate today is 50-50 now. I think I went from winning the vast majority of my games, starting to stream, and then losing almost every one. What the hell? It's just the luck of the draw and who I'm facing, or is it really just not that good of a deck? I think maybe it's just not that good of a deck. I think I'm making some mistakes in play, but I don't know. I'm losing confidence in this deck now. Karen Succubus Vil. And I have all my golds in my hand, which is not the best thing in the world, but it does guarantee that I get to use them. Who am I facing? Full test? I don't really need anything. Well, the if he's using Witchers, the Griffin is a good thing to have. I don't need the Arch Griffin. I have a whole bunch of fog, so we'll go with that.
Crush those vermin!
Got a bad feeling about this.
Okay, so I think he's playing Witcher, because that's the move I would do if I was playing Witcher.
Bloody non-humans.
Yep. No, it's not, Elias. No, it's not. My deck is definitely not perfect. There's some sort of...
What do you want?
I don't know, there's some sort of weakness to it I just need to figure out.
Elves must die!
Armor is tough. Yep. Yep. Not a whole lot I can do about that. Not a whole lot I can do about that.
The north, to marry.
Death to the enemy! Semper Fi!
They're so strong. Maybe I should play Northern Realms for bladdering instead. Because he's using all the same cards I have access to, but he's crushing me. I can't do anything about it. The armor, the weather's not affecting it. Like, I just can't do enough damage with weather. I think that's the problem. I can't do enough damage with weather.
Such a shame. I must kill you.
Yeah, that's enough. It's enough to win it. I go down 2 cards, though. Not happy with that. Not happy. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I got no other solutions. I'm just gonna do it. It's not smart. He's got more cards than I do. He can pace himself, manage his time, manage his stuff. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Sure, no problem.
This will help to equalize their strengths. Now it'll kill the 2 9s and the 6.
Bloody non-humans.
Now it'll kill the 2 9s and the 7. Force him to use a card? Is that the play? Might be able to get 2 cards out of him. If I can give him down to 1 card, it's going to give him a lot less utility later. He'll be up by 8. What does he have?
Are you wounded?
Oh,
Again?
Neneke. Yeah. Well, that's a thing. He's going to have... Yeah, he's going to have... Yeah, okay. So, he has... I know his cards, and I can't beat it. That's the thing. I know his cards, and I can't beat it. Definitely not with that. Definitely not with that. All right, guys. Clearly, I have to do some work on this deck. I don't know. I started off really strong, and I got myself back up, but now I'm back down again. It's 2286. I was up 2448 when we started the stream, so like I lost 200 MMR on. I've lost 200 MMR live now, so it's like I'm going back up and I come back down, and I just can't quite get there. I'm at another wall with this. Let's open a keg. Maybe it'll cheer me up. I thought the deck was awesome because it was winning a lot today. Maybe I was just getting lucky. Just getting opponents that played Skellige, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I had 3 Queensguard opponents today, so that's probably why. I have all of those. None of those are good. I'm not sure what I could do to fix this. I'm starting to think that the D-bomb may not be as good as the water hag. Like I took the water hag out because I wanted the D-bomb, but I'm not getting as many opportunities to use the D-bomb as I thought I was. As I thought I was going to. To where the water hag has, you know, she's got some utility. She can do damage to things quite a bit. I don't think that one change alone is going to matter, though. Maybe I should take one of the Griffins out and get another Earth Elemental. And then... what else? Maybe Twisted Mirror instead of Cleaver. I don't think so. I think the golds are solid in this matchup. Maybe, actually, you know what? Instead of cleaver, maybe I switch it out for a fire elemental. I can do that instead. I have a lot less locking now. And against the bears, we're in trouble because the fire stuff that comes out here, they all just die. But it's worth switching it up to see. Maybe I take the Hound and the Frost out. That is 2 cards that need to work in synergy together. Because this is useless as it doesn't provide any body, and this is useless as it doesn't provide any effect without this. So if I take these 2 out, I might be able to have room for other things. So what about putting another... Put another one of these guys in, and then maybe we pack in an immune boost. So those are some changes. See what that does. Yeah, we'll just do ranked. It's fine. I know the switches I made, so I know how to use them all. So it's not like I have to necessarily see how it works together. I'm just not as confident in the monster deck anymore. I think it's reached a wall. I think it's reached a wall, a rank wall. I don't know. A premium Airden. Card sharp, so he's a pioneer then. With a lot lower MMR. Great. Again, stand to lose a lot, gain a little. Perfect. Alright, Karen Succubus. Fill 2 Earth Elementals, 1 Harpy. It's not bad. Immune boost. We're going against Aridans. He's not going to really be doing a whole lot of reviving. Is the Shackles really worth it? In this matchup, I'm not sure. No. Water Hag's better. It's a glass ceiling. No, it's just you get a deck that you think is really good, and it works for a while until you get to a certain tier, a certain level, a certain ability, like a certain level of play, and then it starts to kind of get a lot of resistance. You know, it's not quite. I don't know if that's what's happening here, but it's. I wouldn't put it necessarily past it to be the case. Okay, let's see if one of these Harpy Aches can spawn next to the elemental. Nope. It's just too, I gotta clear it. He's gonna have another one, but at least he'll have to choose one row or the other, I guess. So, or not, or he'll just put it all in the front row. I think I'm gonna put my. It does more damage here, though. Let's put the Foglets in the middle row, and then we'll put Fog again over here. Incoming Griffin? No, Clearweather. 6, 2, 4, 6. That's 12. Shit. This boosts by 3. So that's 9. I'm going to have to use 2 cards to win. I hate when that happens, man. It's 1 away. Like 1 away. It sucks. Maybe the succubus is a problem. I mean, she's helped me a lot. She wins games, but she is a little situational. Maybe the succubus is a problem. Because she has some really good utility in the moment. Like, especially in comparison to, or when combined with Diamond Iridium Shackles, she's really good at that point. But I think I might go for the 2-0 here because of what cards I have in my hand. I think I might switch the succubus out. I might regret this, though. I don't know. I don't know. Like, look, what's he going to put out? I don't know. I could make him play a card and take him to the final. Maybe that's the answer. Just make him play a card. I don't want to go down in cards. I don't want to go down in cards. I need to make him play something. He'll have some carryover. Fine. What sucks is you don't know if your deck is becoming non-competitive or it's just a few bad luck games until it's too late. Well, yeah, you might be right. I don't know about too late, but you might be right on the bad luck games. Is there anything else in here? I think the fire elemental has more utility. So does a lot of things, actually. Yeah, earth elemental's fine. Okay. The 8 strength is a little high. Villain China Earth might hit that. It's a little high, so. All right. Let's see, what do I play first here? Maybe the Karen first. I can't clear the weather, so I want to avoid playing the Earth Elemental until the last possible minute. So I think I'll start with the Karen first. Sweet. Sweet. We have 2 26s. I'll play Villain Trentonmirth now. I'm really glad I kept the D-Shackles. This is a situation where the D-Bomb would be awesome, but the D-Shackles is a bronze card and does a 1-card target. The thing about the D-Shackles, though, is it doesn't reset the unit. So, like, if I did the Dimeridium Bomb on the Karen, it would go back to an 8 strength. I think I'm just going to play Succubus on my side of the board.
I shall savor your death.
Yeah, it's a good thing that I'm not playing that yet. Okay, 1 turn left. Let's shackle that. Now V can destroy it. Even if he unshackles it, he can't promote it to gold again, so it's done. The only way he could stop that from happening is to lock Villain Trentonmirth.
That was actually rather impressive. Congratulations.
He's got to lock my dragon in order to stop it. Yep, good. We got it. It doesn't matter if you move it. V will take out the Drowner and the big guy. And then for frost damage, my Earth Elemental will just get... The shield will get hit, and that's it. So it'll only hit the shield. It won't actually hurt him. 27-point difference. Really glad I kept the D-shackles, man. Whew. I'm really glad I kept the D-shackles. Yeah. Those D-shackles, they're the reason I won the game. You see? No, you don't see. Look, see, I only get 28 because a lot lower rank than I was anyway. You stand to gain a little and lose a lot. That's sometimes the MMR system does that to you.
Of course, friend.
He might be playing Queen's Guard, so I'm gonna keep the Griffins and the Catacan. I have all my Queen's Guard counters in my hand right now. So let's get rid of the Foglet. I don't think he's gonna play Weather. I'm gonna get rid of the Archgriffin. This is probably better. I would like to have some Harpies though. Might regret this. No, I don't think I will. That'll be alright. So let's see what he does. Obviously, why would he do anything different than that? I mean, it's like an instant. It's the thing you do right away, you know. How many bears do you think he has? Probably 3. So locking 1 isn't going to do much. If he brings out another, then I have to lock that one. Oh, he's playing a damage deck. That changes things a little bit, doesn't it? Changes things just a tad. I can't actually kill both of those. I have no way of killing both of them. I want to limit their ability to get... I want to limit their exposure there a little bit here, though. If I don't play Fog here, I'm going to have to play this guy this round. Otherwise, I'm going to start drawing into my Foglets. But I want to make sure these guys... I should have played Fog. No, I'm gonna play the Rain here, I think. Because if I send him to the graveyard, then he can just res one with a Freya, and then he'll have it back again. I can always lacerate that, but then the Water Hag will get hit. Yeah, now it's not worth lacerating. Water Hag's gonna have to clear the sky. Where's my succubus? Nowhere to be found. She's out on vacation. As soon as that bear dies, he's gonna use a Freya to bring it back anyway. What are you eating? My Archgriffin? A Foglet? You ate a Foglet, didn't you? That would be really stupid, but... Okay, my Harpy. That's fine. I thought he was going to eat a Foglet. It's going to make me happy. Because it doesn't matter if the Foglet's in the graveyard or my deck, it still comes out. And it's like the lowest value unit in my deck. Well, I don't think there's a chance to win this, so let's just get the Foglets out of the deck. What's the chances I draw 2 Foglets, though? Like, what are the odds of this? Can we examine that for a moment? Let's give those armor. Help them withstand the weather a little bit. Of course, friend. Tell me you got Queen's Guard for me. Tell me you got Queen's Guard for me. Do it. Probably should steal that bear. Actually, it's on the siege row, so they won't get damaged. They'll only get damaged by the bear. But if he's discarding his Queen's Guards... It's Morkvarg. I didn't expect that. That's a weird thing to... I think I should take that bear. I think I'm going to take the bear. I don't want him reviving it later. That immune boost is nice because it gives them immunity to that frost for 3 turns. It's really nice. Like, they're not taking damage. And you know he expected that to happen. I like that immune boost. That's cool. That's really cool. 3 armor. It's a decent replacement. What did I replace with that? I took out the hound. I took out the frost hound, or the wild hunt hound and the wild white frost, and I replaced it with another earth elemental and the immune boost. Right? Seemed to work pretty well. Morkvarg will come back as... What will he come back as? He's a 6 right now, so he'll come back as a 3. Not a big deal. I have a decent carryover anyway. Yeah, I drew a Foglet. Okay, I got the Succubus, though. That's pretty good. Alright, so Foglet needs to go. That's for sure. Other Earth Elemental. Nice. Let's put that out there right now. Maybe we'll wait. Let's wait for a second. I don't want him to revive these guys, so let's steal one of them before he can take one. At least he won't be able to get 2, right? Let's steal this one. He won't be able to get 2, so he'll probably use Freya now or another bear, but he'll probably use Freya now, get the axe guy out. Then we'll let the axe guy, we'll let him hit our units, and then we'll steal it with a succubus.
Yalmar on crates coming for you.
Ooh, where's my D-bomb? Where's my D-bomb? Oh god, I would love to steal Hjalmar. This is the part where I would love to have a D-bomb right now. Or just the shackles even. Do I even have the shackles? I have the shackles in my deck. Yeah, they're in my deck. Maybe I could eat the other guy, then he can't bring it back. If I eat the other guy, it's not a whole lot of value. And I kind of want him to use it. So I can steal it, you know? Let's use the Catacan here. Try to get as much value out of it as we can. We're not quite as strong as Hjalmar, but something. We're making this row immune to fog.
We serve her who is virgin, mother,
Yep,
and
here's the
throne.
Axeman. I think I'll put the Elemental. Do I want to play? Honestly, why don't I just pass right here? Like, why not pass? Let's not pass. Let's play the Frightener here. We'll move the Axeman down. And we'll get... Okay, that's cool. Damage them by 2. Okay.
Bored and just standing here.
Move him around a little bit. Do some damage. Here comes the frost. Okay, he's getting buffed. Good, he's a 10 strength now. I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer to take that. Let's play this. We'll give my board more bodies, so it'll do more damage and it'll buff him up a little stronger. And then we'll take it with the Succubus. And at that point, he'll probably be... Let's see, he's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So he'll be 13 stronger times 2. Not quite, because these will die. Oh, he's passing. That's game over then. Why did you pass? He's so strong. He's going to be so much stronger than Hjalmar ever would be. You might as well forfeit now, man. It's over. It's freaking over. You lose. I'm not sure why you passed, but I'll take it. And he's mine. Succubus for the victory. And we stand to gain a little. We only gain a little. Villain Trentonmirth is such a cool name. I think so too. I think he's really cool. He used to be called Bork, I think. B-O-R-K-H. But not anymore. I know it's not a very successful stream, but you know what? I'm going to share the bad days and the good days. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have good days. That's just the way games like this goes, especially card games where there is a little bit of RNG to it, all right? It's not all RNG. You clearly have to put your deck together well. You have to know how to use it. You have to have proper deck thinning, which my deck doesn't have. I don't have a great amount of deck thinning in mine. And maybe that's what I should look for. Maybe I should look for more deck thinning, because the more you can thin your deck, the more consistent your experience with that deck will be. Right now, there's a lot of variable with my deck, right? Sometimes I don't have the Succubus. Sometimes I don't have Villain Trentonmirth at the end. I don't have the Karen at the very end, you know? Sometimes I only have the ability to do Frost or to do Fog with my leader, and that's it at the first turn. That's not a very consistent experience. And if you can create a deck that gives you a consistent experience, it will usually be more successful as well. And proper deck thinning practices are a good way to do that. So what do I mean by deck thinning? Well, Nilfgaard, I think, has the best faction for deck thinning, right? Nilfgaard has the best faction for deck thinning, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it really makes sense, because if you were to look at a Nilfgaard deck, let's look at 007. My old 007 deck, which no longer has enough cards because I milled some of them. But you have emissaries, right? These are cards that search for other cards in your deck and you pull them out in the same turn, right? You have, that's actually pretty much it here. But a lot of other decks, this is a really old deck. This is back before John Calvate and the Golems was a thing. But John Calvate has, this ability to look at the top cards and play one. And the others remain on top, right? So you'll always know where they are. You know now what the top two cards are, and you can plan ahead, that kind of thing. And the golems, the Imperial golems that come out, you don't really care. People who use Nilfgaard, they don't care that the golems got nerfed to 2 cards, or to 2 power. They don't care about that. That's not why they put the golems in there. Sure, it's extra strength on the first turn, but that's not why they put the golems in there. They put the golems in there to thin their deck, to make it to where at any given day, at any given time, whenever you play Gwent, you draw as many of the cards that are included in your deck as possible. You want to be able to play as many cards as possible. That's what deck thinning does. And I don't really have that very well. And like strategies like Skellige, for example, right? Skellige's deck thinning, there's not a whole lot there, but you do have cards like Roach. Roach is a deck thinning card. It comes out of your deck without you having to play. The Shield Maidens are like the primary deck thinning cards, but really that's only 2, right? You have to have one in your hand, and then the other 2 come out, right? If you can, it's situational, but they come out, right? There are other cards that you can do it with. There are certain cards that will play themselves to the board automatically when you discard them. There are things like that, and the more you can implement that into your deck, while still like don't like make a deck that's entirely about doing that, but like my other deck, the one deck I tried, I can try it one more time. I don't think it's gonna work. I haven't played it in a long time, but Out at the Mill, right? This was a deck that I made for the express purpose of thinning the deck, right? This is a deck that's all about thinning the deck, or it's all about thinning, but it's about thinning my opponent more than me, right? So Tibor makes you draw a card. Swears takes cards that are in your opponent's deck and throws them into the graveyard, thins their deck for them. This guy makes players draw cards, right? This one here is actually about thickening your deck once you've thinned it out to be too thin. These pikemen, you play one of them and it summons the other 2 after 2 turns each, so you don't have to play these. They're in your deck, but you get to play them without having them in your hand. Deck thinning. Treason thin your opponent's deck that way. And then if I had the golems in here, they would do the same thing, but there's not really any room for golems because I wanted rot tossers. But anyway, so that's an Avalok, of course, make both players draw 2 cards. I don't have a lot of deck thinning in my monster deck, and I'm not entirely sure how I would do it. How I would get deck thinning. The only deck thinning I have in my monster deck is Fog, right? I play Fog and my Foglets come out. Where is it? Radovid's deck. I was going to make a Radovid deck because there's an archetype right now that exists in Gwent, which is kind of nasty. It revolves around the Bloody Baron, which I actually don't own the Bloody Baron, so I didn't actually make this deck because I don't have the Bloody Baron. But essentially, Bloody Baron, I'll show you. Northern Realms Gold. So the Bloody Baron is a card that before the patch, nobody really gave it a look. I'd never seen it used, ever. I had never seen this used. But then somebody decided to give it a look. Somebody decided to give it a try. And ever since, a fairly decent number of people are using it. They use it with Radovid as the leader. Bloody Baron takes a unit that's in your deck. It is a unit that is in your deck. At the end of the round, it will place itself on top. There's currently a bug with this, I think, where the Bloody Baron is always on top at the start of the game. So your opening hand, you'll always have him in your hand. You want to discard him. You want to mulligan him. Like every time, you want to mulligan him. Because whenever the enemy is destroyed, any enemy on the opposing side, if you kill an enemy on the opposing side, every time an enemy is destroyed, if the Bloody Baron is in your deck, he's boosting himself by 1. So he's kind of like an Axeman, except he's an Axeman that can't be targeted, can't be destroyed, can't be, nothing. You can't do it. Your opponent can't do anything to him. In fact, the entire point of the card is that your opponent doesn't necessarily know he's there, and you're going to come out and surprise him with it at the end. If you play against Northern Realms and they're using Radovid, there's a very high likeliness right now that they have the Bloody Baron in their deck, and that's going to be the last card they play on the board. Every time. It's kind of like Nilfgaard and Tibor. It's very predictable. The Bloody Baron is most likely going to be the last card they play because this card has been buffing itself every single time a unit died. For every single unit that died, he got buffed. So in this deck, you'd pack things like Torrential Rain because you want to damage the lowest units. Why? So that you can kill them. It's not enough to want to keep them all equal and hammer them down from the top down. You want to hammer them, or you want to scoop them up from the bottom because you can kill more units that way and buff him up in the strong. So if Radovid's deck wins round 1, he'll just milk you for every card he can in round 2 to the point where you each have no cards left. And then the final card he draws is going to be the Bloody Baron. And he knows it's going to be the Bloody Baron because at the end of a round, this card gets placed on the top of the deck. Which means in the 3rd round, guaranteed, the card that he draws in the 3rd round will be the Bloody Baron, fully buffed up and ready to go. So that's what I was going to build. But I'm not sure I'm ready for that because there's a really easy counter to that. And I had the D-Bomb. The Dimeridium Bomb is a really good hard counter to this if you pack it in your deck and if you happen to have it in your hand, which is very unlikely. So there's a high probability that this deck will work really well. I might give it a shot. It's not nearly as annoying as Spellagard. It's certainly not as annoying as the Scoia'tael spell deck, which I still have a terrible time facing with my monster deck. I just can't seem to beat it. I don't know why. I just can't seem to beat it. But if you play Scoia'tael, if you play spell Scoia'tael, if you're a player that plays spell Scoia'tael, with Lean and you have the Dope with Hunter Protectors, things like that, if that's you, add me to add me. AxiCP, AXIICP. Add me on Gwent. I want to play you. I want to play against you with that deck. I want you to use that deck against me over and over and over again so that I can figure out how to beat it. Because it's my crutch right now. I can't seem to milk my opponent for enough cards. I can't seem to do it with my monster deck. Because my monster deck, it's not the best for my monster deck is not the best for card advantage. And I think that might be where I'm running into a problem right now, is that my monster deck doesn't have good card advantage. Like the Karen, for example, actually puts you at a disadvantage. It boosts itself up huge, but it requires it, in order to get the boost, it has to eat a card that's in your hand, which means that's one less card you can play. You just reduced your card count. You put yourself at a disadvantage in card. You basically give a card, but get an additional 8 strength out of it. It's no different than Tibor, really. Tibor, you play the card, it gets boosted up, but then you give your opponent a card. The difference, though, is that you give your opponent a random bronze card. It could be useless. It could be useless, right? To where the Karen, you're not giving your opponent a card, you're just consuming a card. And you have a little bit more control over the Karen because you can choose what card you keep in your hand, which one you want to consume. Typically, if I'm stuck with a Frightener and I haven't had a good chance to use it yet, then I'll just keep that with the Karen and I'll eat that because it's the highest unit in my deck. And it's the unit that goes to my opponent's side anyway, so yeah. It provides me with the highest amount of... it provides me with the highest value. It makes my Karen a 26. So anyway, that's... I got to figure out what's going on with the deck. I made some changes. It's not fully tested yet, but I think the immune boost was a good ad. I think this was a really good ad. I think it's the reason I won the last game. I think for sure. Because it allowed me to sustain that weather, the beating of that weather for longer. And I honestly, I don't think it was the reason I won the last game. The reason I won the last game is because of the succubus, but because it's just awesome. If it's situational, you have to have it in the right situation, but it's pretty awesome. I want the premium version for this because it's really cool. I might spend the powder. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I got to get back to work. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Give the video a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you're not already, and you know, you can get some cool stuff that way, some extra stuff that way, I guess. And that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye.